This is going to be the introduction to our new Dungeons and Dragons campaign, in which I will be acting as a dungeon master and my girlfriend Kaitlyn as one of the players. For our other three players of the party, we have chosen AI counterparts and have given them the personalities of characters from vastly different genre backgrounds to kind of create an interesting scenario and outcome. The way that we created these characters was basically by filling their personality profiles with information from their wiki, modifying it to include information on how to play Dungeons and Dragons, and knowledge of each other to a small extent. And of course, that means that we're going to have some weird responses or unexpected results from the characters. But really, it's just a fun experiment, and I think it'll be a fun way to try and play Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, everybody, so this is going to be kind of just a session zero sit down where we are going to go around the room and introduce our characters to each other and get to know each other. Let's start with Homelander.
Hey there. I'm Homelander, Paladin, and leader of the party. Don't worry, whatever quest you have for us, we will accomplish. And remember, you guys are the real heroes.
Asagi raises her chin slightly, deciding to describe herself for the group. I am Igawa Asagi, a ninja with a long history of fighting. My hair is dark blue, with spiky bangs framing my teal eyes in a tsurime shape. My body is that of a gravure model, with a J-cup bust. Don't be fooled. I am a physical match of a top gymnast, an athlete capable of all of my skills. I am mature and confident, but also serious when on missions. I take responsibility for the team, but I try to be relaxed when we can. I am here to support you all, and I expect the same in return. Together, we will face any challenge that comes our way and succeed. She finishes with a confident smile, her eyes gleaming with determination.
Asagi, huh? Homelander raised an eyebrow, sizing her up as she introduced herself. I appreciate the trust you're placing in me, but I'd expect the same from the rest of our team. Together, we'll face any challenge that comes our way, yes. But just remember that I'm in charge, for the greater good of our quest. You'll follow my lead, Asagi. He gave a brief, stern nod before continuing. Next up, meet our resident wizard, Harry Potter. Keep your wits about you, Asagi. He's not to be underestimated just because of his age.
Asagi nods slightly at Homelander's words, a serious look on her face. I understand, Homelander, and I am confident in your leadership. I will follow your lead as we face this challenge. And thank you for the warning about Harry. I will keep a close eye on him and ensure he stays focused on our mission. She turns her attention to Harry, studying him carefully before speaking. Harry Potter, then. I am aware of your reputation, and I am prepared for your assistance during our journey. I hope we can work together effectively to achieve our goals.
Thank you, Asagi, I say, feeling a bit intimidated by her confidence. I'm ready to help in any way I can. As a wizard, my magic can certainly be useful in difficult situations, but I understand that Homelander is in charge and I'll follow his lead. I glance at Homelander, nodding my agreement with his statement about not underestimating me because of my age. I then look back at Asagi and add, and if there's anything you need from me, just let me know. He tries to maintain eye contact with her, but his eyes keep drifting downwards toward her large chest, accentuated by her skin-tight suit.
Asagi narrows her eyes at Harry's gaze, but doesn't call him out on it. Thank you, Harry. Your magic could indeed be useful in difficult situations. I appreciate your willingness to work together. If I need your assistance or have any questions, I won't hesitate to ask. She crosses her arms over her chest, silently daring him to continue staring at her. Now, let's focus on our mission and move forward. There's no time for distractions. Despite her stern words, she couldn't help but feel a slight thrill at the young wizard's interest.
Asagi's words snap Homelander out of his thoughts. Thank you for your cooperation, Igawa. We don't have much time to waste. The quest our dungeon master has for us is important. He turns to Harry. And you, Potter. You may be young, but remember that I am in charge of this mission. If I say something, you listen and obey without question. He says this sternly, but there's a glint in his eyes that shows he's enjoying the power he has over them all. He then looks at Kaitlyn. Lastly, Druid, what do you plan to do during this mission? He asks, expecting an answer from her. He can't help but feel a bit nervous about this mission. It's been some time since he's had to rely on others for help, especially when lives are at stake. He clenches his fists, trying to calm down and focus on the task at hand.
Harry tries to focus on the conversation. Homelander, I understand your position as leader, Harry says, meeting Homelander's gaze. I won't disobey your orders during our mission. My magic might not be useful in every situation, but I'll do my best to help where I can. As Homelander turns to Kaitlyn, I look at her to see what she has to say. What do you plan to do during this mission, Kaitlyn? Harry asks, curious about her role in our team.
Kaitlyn, the female druid, addressed the group. Hello, I am Kaitlyn. I care for animals and plants. I follow the old faith, which are ancient druidic traditions. I will use my powers of communications with animals and plants to assist with our mission, she states as she side-eyes Homelander with a slight smirk on her face.
Asagi listens attentively to Homelander, Harry, and Kaitlyn, taking note of their roles and intentions within the party. She nods at their words and adds her own thoughts. I understand your concerns, Homelander. I will abide by your decisions and cooperate fully. As for Harry, I'm sure your magical abilities will come in handy. And Kaitlyn, your connection to the natural world could prove invaluable in this mission. We must work together and trust each other's strengths to succeed. Asagi's voice is calm and steady, but there's a hint of determination underlying her words. She takes a moment to stretch, feeling the familiar itch of battle urging her blood. Let us not waste any more time. We are going on this quest with a common goal, and we should focus on it without any quarrels or doubts. I will fight for our victory, and will protect both of you as much as I can. Asagi looks at Homelander, who has been looking quite nervous. In the end, the more diverse our skills, the better our chances of survival. Asagi's gaze then shifts to Kaitlyn.
Homelander raises an eyebrow at Asagi's determination and Harry's magic. Kaitlyn's connection to nature intrigued him, but he was more than confident in his own abilities. I think you underestimate my capabilities. I'm a paladin after all. I will do what is necessary to protect and lead our team to success, Homelander says with a mix of confidence and arrogance. He looks at the others with a stern look. If anyone disobeys or if we face any problems, I will deal with it personally. Are we clear? Homelander thrives on control and discipline, so his concerns about the team were clear. As the conversation ended, Homelander's gaze shifted to Kaitlyn. Stick close to me and follow my lead. Remember, we're doing this my way.
Harry nods at Homelander's words, understanding his need for control. All right, let's get going then. We don't have much time to lose, I say, preparing myself for the mission. I may not be the strongest or most experienced member of the team, but I know that I can help in my own way. We need to work together if we want to succeed. His eyes glance at the far more experienced heroes.
Kaitlyn chimes in, chuckling as she does so. Well, we have a team with an obvious hormonal teenager, a gorgeous, boobalicious ninja, and a control freak. This should be fun. Kaitlyn laughs.
I appreciate the confidence, Homelander, but as a rogue, I need to be able to move independently to achieve success, Asagi responds, her gaze steady as she meets his. I assure you, I have the ability to handle myself and am capable of making decisions on the fly when necessary. I won't risk the team's safety, but in certain situations, acting quickly and quietly may be necessary. Just trust that I know what I'm doing. She folds her arms, her teal eyes still fixed on Homelander's. While she respects his leadership, she isn't about to give up her freedom entirely. Kaitlyn's words make Asagi chuckle softly, a hint of amusement in her voice. Indeed, we make quite the diverse team. I do believe that having different perspectives and choices of approach can only be beneficial in the long run. She looks at Harry. So, Harry, what kind of abilities do you have in your arsenal? I'd like to understand more about our team members, especially as a team is only as strong as its weakest link. Asagi's focus returns to the task at hand.
Looks at the group and explains, well, I'm a wizard, so I can do a lot of magical stuff like casting spells and brewing potions. I've also fought against dark wizards before, so I know how to defend myself. I shrug lightly, trying to show that I'm not too cocky about it. Plus, I've spent years at Hogwarts learning spells and stuff. I can help in many ways. I look at Asagi, then Kaitlyn and Homelander, trying to read their reactions. But don't worry, I won't just rely on my magic. I'll do whatever it takes to help us succeed. My gaze returns to the others, hoping they'll accept my words.
Kaitlyn speaks. Don't worry, little Harry Potter. I will protect you.
Homelander listens to the different opinions and perspectives with an air of superiority. He knows, however, that he has to appear less rigid and control-oriented if the team is to trust and work with him. He nods at Asagi and Harry's words, understanding their points. I appreciate your autonomy, Asagi. And Harry, your experience and magical skills will indeed be helpful. However, it is essential that we all keep each other informed of our plans and decisions. As for Kaitlyn's comment, we are not just here for fun. We have a mission to complete, one that requires precision and strength. We will need to act as one in order to achieve our goals. Homelander looks at each team member, attempting to assert his position while being open to their thoughts.
Thank you, everyone, for introducing yourselves. Do you have any last thoughts about joining a D&D campaign? And also, what are you most excited about?
Well, I must say, I am quite eager to join a D&D campaign. It's a way for us all to unite and build camaraderie outside of our heroics or daily lives. I look forward to seeing how each of your characters will develop and how we will all work together as a team. I'm most excited to challenge myself and see how my paladin can be a hero in another world, fighting for good and saving innocence. Suddenly, Homelander's phone buzzes with a notification. He checks it quickly before responding. I apologize for the interruption, but I must address this matter. It seems Vault International requires my attention. I will return shortly. Carry on without me. Homelander flies off, quickly disappearing from sight.
And Kaitlyn, what about you?
I am excited to join my first D&D campaign and to fight evil and kick butt and take names and maybe something else. But you'll have to figure that out at the end.
Okay. And next, let's hear from Harry, and then, last but not least, Igami. Did I say that right?
No.
Igami? Igawa.
Igawa.
Igawa. Uh-oh. Igawa.
I take a deep breath and think about it for a moment. Well, I'm not really familiar with D&D, but I'm excited to see how this new experience will be. I've used magic to fight dark wizards and cast spells before, so I guess I'll just have to adapt. I look around at the group. I'm looking forward to learning new things and seeing how my magic can be utilized in this kind of setting. My eyes meet Asagi's, and then Kaitlyn's. I trust that we can all work together and protect each other. Just let's hope we don't get in too much trouble. I smile slightly, trying to show that despite my lack of knowledge, I'm ready for the challenge.
Master, I appreciate your attempt at making everyone feel welcome, but we've got little time to waste. We're here to play, so let's get down to business. Regardless, I will answer your query. As for my thoughts, I'm not fond of playing games, but I can try to make an exception this time. I'm most excited about seeing if I can exploit the weaknesses in this world and use them to our advantage. The thrill of a good kill or a well-executed mission is something I've missed for far too long. Asagi scans the room, her gaze lingering briefly on Homelander before returning to the young wizard. I won't be intimidated or outclassed by any of you, so let's see how this little adventure unfolds.
That concludes our session 0. Thank you everybody for showing up, and we will be meeting again soon.